Welcome to Tuesdays at 2 here at Oglethorpe University Museum of Art. I'm John Tilford. I'm the curator of collections here at Oglethorpe University Museum, and I'm so glad you could join us once again for this brief look at a number of works from our collection, as well as works that have been loaned by temporary exhibition. Today, once again, we're going to be returning to the work of the men of Walker State Prison, who have created more than 50 original paintings and drawings for our current exhibition, Art from the Inside, which is brought to the museum through the good work of Heartbound Ministry here in Georgia. The particular work we're going to be looking at today was painted by the artist Stephen H., and very appropriately, it depicts one of the earliest buildings from our campus here at Oglethorpe University on Peachtree Road. It's a depiction of Lupton Hall, which is one of the earliest buildings that was constructed at Oglethorpe on our new campus. I say new with quotation marks. The university was first founded and first chartered in 1835 and opened its doors in 1838 in the village of Midway, which is near Milledgeville, Georgia. And we were in operation there for a number of years until we closed during the American Civil War. We reopened briefly in downtown Atlanta, but by 1913 we were rechartered, and thanks to the driving force of President Thornwell Jacobs and his great patron William Randolph Hearst, we reopened the doors of the campus and laid the cornerstone to this campus in 1915. And construction immediately began on our first buildings, including Lupton Hall, which has been painted by Stephen using a wonderful photograph from our university archives. But Lupton wasn't the first building constructed on our new campus. That was actually Hurst Hall, which is directly opposite Lupton on our main quad. And both are built in a very attractive Gothic Oxbridge Revival style using Georgia granite. Hurst Hall, which again faces Lupton, was in fact not named for the well-known William Randolph Hearst. It was in fact named for his mother, Phoebe. Phoebe Hearst was born in Missouri. She was a Presbyterian with staunch religious beliefs, very sobering ideals, and very forward-thinking mindset when it came to the education and liberation of women and women's rights. She, by chance, met and fell in love and married George Hearst, who was one of the wealthiest mining industrialists of the late 19th century, and eventually he would be elected to the United States Senate. Now, along the way, they had one child, William Randolph Hearst, whom his father spoiled passionately, and it was said that when William Randolph Hearst went to Harvard University, he did not have just a single dorm room, he had an entire suite of rooms. He was also known to come to class with his pet alligator, and those were just some of the antics that he would carry out at Harvard University before leaving without taking his degree. As many of us know, William Randolph Hearst went on to become one of the great magnates of publishing in the United States. And in the late 19th century, early 20th century, when George Hearst, William Randolph Hearst's father, was nearing the end of his life, many people suspected that George was going to leave his vast fortune to his one and only child, William Randolph Hearst. But when he died, he didn't do that. He left all of his fortune to Phoebe Hearst, his wife, who again was a much more sobering character in the family cast of characters. And as a result, she kept her son's spending habits in check. And she also created a great sense of philanthropic duty in his mindset. And so he decided to donate large sums of money and land to Oglethorpe University in the early 20th century to create the campus we see here today. It's also appropriate that Hurst Hall was named for Phoebe because in addition to being a great philanthropist, she was also a great suffragette of the women's rights movements, and she was especially enamored and focused on the rights of women's education. She was the first female to serve as regent at the University of California. When she died, she left more than 60,000 objects to what is now the Phoebe Hearst Museum of Cultural Anthropology. So it's quite altogether fitting that a very liberal, forward-thinking woman played such a critical role in the founding of this university. So again, I hope you can come visit the museum in person and see this wonderful exhibition that has been created by the men of Walker State Prison through the good work of Heartbound Ministries, and the exhibition will remain on view until December 20th. So please tune in again next time, same place, Tuesday at 2, where my colleague Elizabeth Peterson will continue to look at other works in the museum. Thank you.